amount of effort that went into this movie is evident in the title, Mazes and Monsters, which is somebody said, all you need for a game title is alliteration, a place, and a thing. That's it. Yeah. Mazes and Monsters. Could have been Parlors and Pixies. Or Hospitals and Hobgoblins. Zoos and Zorigami, which is a Japanese monster. It's an animated clock. Because the Japanese have odd monsters. Gardens and Gremlins.
Brothels and Bartenders.
Barns and Barbarians.
Barns and Barbarians.
Kibbutzes and Kangaroos. Apartments and Ataturks.
What's an Ataturk?
It's a type of Turk. It's where you would throw a knife if you hated a Turk.
Oh.
Ataturk. But they say the point of the game is to amass a fortune without being killed. Which is, A, if you're talking about Dungeons and Dragons, wrong, and B, it is true about real life.
It's like they're describing the plot of Wolf of Wall Street through this whole movie.
I wake every day. Hopefully I can amass a fortune without being killed
today
by robots. Well, it's your generic 80s theme song.
Yeah.
It could have been Family Matters, or 8 is Enough, or Mr. Belvedere, or what I was like. The lyrics seem to have nothing to do with the string. Sometimes in love, there's a man with a soul. Inside your heart, you are waiting to be found. And I couldn't tell initially if the white cowboy hat and red sweater was supposed to indicate, oh, he's weird, or if that was just 80s fashion.
Yeah, that's a split hair right there. It's
exactly.
hard to tell.
If there were denim vests.
Looking back from it from the future now, you look at that then, and you're like, well, you could go either way with that.
His mom and dad are driving him to college, and so his whole dad and his mom are just driving, and the dad's berating him endlessly. The mom turns to the father and says, oh, leave him alone, to which the father responds, I hate it when you've been drinking.
It's not like she has a flask and she's dipping into her purse or something. No. It's just right out of nowhere. Well, I wouldn't beat him if he wouldn't drink so much.
She literally...
Your alcoholism is tearing apart his marriage.
The most inoffensive statements. It's like, oh, honey, you need to turn left here. Quit soaking yourself in Jim Beam.
I wouldn't drink so much if you weren't impotent. You know?
If you ever knew the one you loved, you would know you were a loving man. Loving man for me. It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. You just keep waiting. It's like, I just have to wonder if Penny Marshall was sitting at home one afternoon. It's like, oh, there's something on TV about that kid who killed himself with the Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, I don't know. This looks Mazes and Monsters. This might not be so bad. Who's this Tom Hanks child? He seems like he's pretty good here.
He
playing
looks kind of...
Playing Podzuli.
He looks kind of big. That's it. Big.
Yeah, listen, he's killed that Gorville pretty well.
You do that voice much better than I do.
Schlemiel Schlemazel. To do Penny Marshall, pretend like you're choking on being drunk. Mazes and Monsters could have been the pilot for a detective show starring Jaws Mayer, wherein he just condescends to everybody about whatever their problem is. My cousin's been missing for weeks. Oh, people go missing. They don't care about their families.
Was he a doper?
Did he understand that your parents have worked hard to bring him into this world and give him an education?
Don't you know going to pick up pizza is the most dangerous thing you can do?
Cocaine. More like Joe Kane. Look, kids, just say no to dope.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you'd understand if you didn't wear those damn bell-bottoms.
The geniuses writers of this movie are probably the ones that started the DARE program. That's told you where to get the damn drugs. They literally hang their hat so firmly on this notion that D&D is going to ruin your children that they see it out to the very end that Tom Hanks is 100% completely lost his mind because he played a board game. Or a tabletop.
That's what happens, sucker!
God,
You gotta watch out.
it is so bad, and I gotta.
Dungeons be crazy.